Hey, welcome to part 2. I caught my kid the other day trying to make she will use it occasionally. She'll have like a little Nook or whatever, but you can record on there. And so she must have been watching YouTube somewhere. I think it was at my sister's. But I heard her in her room and she was like, make it a video. Bro, and she was like, and smash that subscribe button. And I'm like, who are you talking to? Mom, get up. And I'm like, bro, who does that? Smash that subscribe. Seriously. Don't like my stuff because I don't want to be going viral and then people are going to be like, want me to teach and stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't teach for all that. Okay, 27. We're going to continue with the power rule. Okay, so you need to distribute. You know you're going crazy when you're just talking to yourself in an empty room on the camera. I don't know. It's fine. I'm still talking to you guys. But okay, so 3 to the negative 2, x to the negative 1. Dang, I don't know what I'm writing. 1 times negative 2. Okay, and so we can say, well, I got 3 to the negative 2. X, what is negative 1 times negative 2? Okay, so what is a negative times a negative? 1 times 2. It's going to be 2. Okay, and so we need to get rid of our negative exponents. And so we're going to draw our little line. 3 to the negative 2, it's got to go on the bottom to make it a positive. And then that x squared is going to stay on top. Okay, and on our very last step, we got to figure out what that 3 squared is. So 3 squared is really 3 times 3, which is 9. Oh my God, I'm thinking in my head, the freaking camera got messed up from me trying to smash that subscribe. I don't know who would let me have kids. I'm such a jerk. All right, so x squared over 9. Okay, 29, you're going to distribute this little number to each number. Now, this one is a little bit tricky, and I kind of just want to erase. So I got 3, b to the nothing, well, it is something, and then a squared. So every time we have to distribute that to each number, but you need to think that there's really a 1 right here. And I think that's where it screws people up sometimes, is because you distribute that to every number, but then you're like, there's no number with b, so you don't need to distribute, but you really do. Okay, and so you got to distribute that to each one. So it's going to be 3 squared, b, and you could say 1 times 2. A to the 2 times 2. Okay, so what is 1 times 2? I'm going to turn it down because I feel like I can see a glare on there. Maybe it's my eyeballs playing tricks on me. Okay, 3 squared. I guess, I don't know. That's why you guys need to set up my remind so you can tell me, like, I can't see in a stupid video. Okay, it's going to be 3 squared, b squared, a to the 4th. Okay, and then we can say, well, is there any negatives? No. Okay, but, and there's no zeros, but you do need to simplify those. So 3 squared is really 9b squared, a to the 4th. Okay, 31. These are division rules. So division rule says what? Let me think about it. What do we do when we're dividing exponents? Okay, we subtract. We say top minus bottom. Okay, and so the ones where it's just numbers, we leave the big number the same. So you're going to have 2 to the top minus bottom. So 2 minus the bottom is 2. Well, 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 to the 0. And what is anything to the 0 power? Okay, it's 1. Okay, 33. We keep our big the same and we say top minus bottom. So 2 minus 3. Okay, well 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So you're going to get 2 to the negative 1. We say, well, where do negatives go? They go to the bottom. So you're going to have 2 to the 1 on the bottom. And what do we put on top? A 1. Okay, 35. Okay, and same thing, I would maybe draw yourself a little line because the rules kind of change a bit when we have numbers and letters or just numbers. And that's what I hate about exponent. I feel like the rules should be the same for all. Then it's confusing. I feel like, well, not for me, but for like kids. When I was your age, yeah, for sure. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, draw your fraction bar. Okay, you fill in your littles or your big numbers, and then we always subtract the letters on the top. Okay, well, like you do the top and the bottom, but you're gonna do the stuff on the top. You write it all on the top. Okay, so we say big minus little, or top minus, Jesus, I need to go home. Top minus bottom, so 2 minus, and the bottom is negative 4. Okay, what's a negative negative? Positive. And so I got n to the 2 plus 4. Okay, and so we can start to simplify this. You're going to have n to the 6 over 4. Do we have any negatives? Do we have any zeros? No. Okay, and so we're done. Voila. Sorry, I'll leave a little bit. Okay, 37. Okay, we can hit, good Lord, draw our fraction bar, and we can write our two big ones down, 4 and 3. And then we do our variables, and we always do them on the top. So you got m, and we say top minus bottom. So 3 is on top, minus the bottom is 2. Okay, so you're going to have 4 over 3, m, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Okay, use your calculator, because I know some of you probably ain't got the negative 3 minus 2 down. Okay, and so then we say, well, is there any negatives? Is there any zeros? There is. So we need to move that down. We only move the stuff with a negative exponent. Okay, so the 4 and the 3 stay there no matter what. They don't have an exponent. Their exponent is technically a 1, a positive 1. Okay, there's an imaginary 1 right here and right here. Okay, we never write that in math though. So it has a positive exponent right now. And then that m to the 5th needs moved down. Okay, and that's our answer. Okay, 39, last one. Okay, we can say equals, we write down our bigs, and then we start to subtract any letters. So we say v to the, and it's going to be a 1 right there. So 1 minus 4. U to the negative 2 minus, but there's nothing on the bottom. So we don't even, I mean, technically, I guess you could say minus 0, but you don't even need to. You can just leave it like that, okay? And so we're going to have 1 minus 4 for the v's is going to be negative 3, u to the negative 2, and you have a 3 on the bottom. Okay, and so we have negative exponents, and so we need to rearrange some stuff around because negative exponents are a no-no. So you got v to the negative 3, so that needs move to the bottom, and u to the negative 2 also needs to move to the bottom. Okay, but there's nothing left on top. What do we put on top? Yeah, 1. Good job. Okay, so get the other ones finished. Start with the even ones. Okay, some of you guys, I know you like to work together, and that's totally fine. You're more than welcome to. There's a difference between working together and copying off each other. Okay, so make sure that you know how to do it. You are going to be taking your quiz on Thursday. Okay, so try really hard between now and then to get a good hang of it, and do what you need to do. As always, you can message me on Canvas or mine, send me a picture like, hey, I'm really struggling with this one. Hey, is this one right? The red folders on my desk, it'll say like ID, and it has this number, and it says period 4 on it. Okay, if you're like, you want to see if you did something right, you're more than welcome to check that. Okay, but it does not tell you like, if the answer is, we say u to the and v squared, okay, it'll say it like this. So if you write u to the 1, that's the same thing, but we don't write that, okay? And so just be aware of that it's not technically wrong. And as I've said, if you need some help, Ms. Hanson or Ms. Froat is going to be where you want to go. I would suggest Ms. Hanson first, but that's just me. Okay, and I will see you guys soon.